If he was not there, he was on his way there because this became his baby. Mary's baby was Chicago, and when Raymond opened the one in Detroit, it became his baby. So for the Steve Harveys and the Mike Epps and the Cedrics, if they open up a club, you somewhere else, and it's just not gonna be right if you're not there. You could relegate whomever you want to, but if people know that you're way away, sometimes it's that parent factor that they ain't gonna act right. They just ain't gonna act right. Oh, so Steve Harvey, you where? Oh, something ain't gonna be right. It's just how it is. So if they know that you ain't gonna be there for the next 3 weeks or you off taping the show or whatever, they're not gonna act right. So sometimes you have to sit right there and nurture and put that heart into it to see it grow and develop. And then you get caught up in so many other things. You know, Steve Harvey got Family Feud, and then he got his talk show, and he does radio. It's only 24 hours doing that. So at the end of the day, you're like, okay, I got 3 hours to sleep. That's all I need, and that's just gonna be it. So it's kind of hard. You want to do it, but as your career progresses, you lose the closeness of that sort of mom and pop thing.
I just
but y'all can open a club. Anybody in here that want to open up a comedy club between me and Raymond? see, ain't nobody hand go up and see that.
Just wanted to make actually more of a comment and observation other than a question. As you guys were watching the film and they showed it in the art gallery that early on, I was there. Remember we were in town in Chicago. I was there for the open weekends. And this was hilarious. He and James were taking the tickets at the door. Then everybody got seated. And they didn't have a liquor license, so they had juice and pop. Then him and James came around to everybody's table and took the juice and pop. Okay. The next thing I turn around, Raymond's on the stage. He's the host. They had no staff. They had nobody. I came back to the club a year later, probably a year later, maybe like 93. And when JB Smooth said the line was around the block, he was not lying. It was literally down the block. I saw this with my own eyes. It was amazing how this brother took this club and took it to the heights. And when he came here, fortunately, I was able to help him acquire his space and get everything on. And I'm still mad at you for leaving, but I love you, brother, and thank you too.
After you went through the experience in Chicago and then you closed the club here in Detroit, what have you been doing? I see you produced the film, but
Sure.
I mean, what's your business?
So, spent the last 3 years doing this, and so I've gotten bitten, but I've always been interested in film, television, and live performances, and that's what I really want to do. So, started a production company that's going to do documentaries, feature film, and what I really, really want to do too is to sort of create this company that I think we need to have this entity that for producers, writers, comedians, and that is that sort of the place that if we want to develop a project or we want to do the next film or we're a writer, we want to learn what it takes to write a script, or we're a producer, we want to produce. And it doesn't necessarily have to be Hollywood. I think it's out there, although, if you look at the Oscars, which tomorrow, and people are like, well, how many black actors? I'm thinking, how long are we gonna have this conversation?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, you spending like 3-4, the film entertainment business in the United States is about $20 billion, let's say. Black folks are responsible for anywhere estimated 20 to 25%. Globally, it's 100 billion. So I'm saying, why are you asking anybody for anything if you're spending $3 or $4 billion a year? 400 features are made a year. And the only name that comes to my mind, like right off the bat, is Tyler Perry, which I think is great. But it's gotta be more to it than that. I think, I could be wrong. But, so I wanna enter that sort of arena and figure out my way to produce and so to be the you know, for the directors and the writers and the producers, what I was able to do with comedians, that talented people, sort of to be at that intersection with art and commerce. That's really ultimately what I want to do. So hopefully, if I'm doing my job, you'll hear about it.